Yo, 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 what is up? I saw King Poggers and who else is here? Where's my live chat? Juniper's here. Mark Caliber, great to see you. Brandon Quavos, what's up, Brandon? How you doing, my brother? We're gonna check out the garden here. It was a little more overcast a couple minutes ago. Now the sun's coming out, so I don't want the phone to overheat. But we're gonna check out what's going on in the garden. We've had some wet days, which helped out, but it's really muggy and hot, so you got to watch. And of course, bugs, critters. We're going to talk about some of those too, because I've had some run-ins with them. But let's get into it. Little garden update. If you're new to this part of my stream, yes, wrestling and gardening. I dare you to find a YouTuber that's doing those too. It's okay, Juniper. Check out the replay. It was one of the wildest shows that we've done in a long time. The podcast was cool too. Check out the WrestleSense podcast and the LTD stream last night. It was intense. A lot on the line. But let's get to the garden. We're in my backyard. This is a backyard that I kind of sculpted and grew on my own. This was all grass when I first moved here. I go through this every time I do this in case someone's new. So let's get a good overview and then we'll go through what's going on in the garden. And I might be jumping in my neighbor's pool today. They always say I can jump in. Today it's hot. I might have to do that. We got a guest. We got a guest here. Parker. Hi, Parker. What's up? You want to be on TV? You want to be on YouTube? All right, so this was all grass when I first moved here 11 years ago. And you can go back on the podcast playlist and check out the progress as I continued to slowly build this little oasis for myself in my backyard. I live in a small city, but also close to the mountains enough that it's like I live in the mountains and in the city, so it's pretty cool. Fake grass here in the front. Someone gave me some turf because grass wouldn't grow there. Very high grade turf, so I was appreciative of that. The grapevine in honor of my late grandmother. She always had a really good grapevine. I'm sorry, Grandma, mine's not anywhere near as good as yours was. But I do yield some grapes, and just watching it grow is kind of cool. And I have a stray cat that camps out underneath there every day. I feed her every once in a while. But gradually, pavers, gravel, and just organizing this. So we all have health problems, my brother Brandon. That's why I do this, to help give people an outlet to get away from their issues. I always say it's an all-inclusive channel. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are, where you are, or how you are. I want to try to entertain you guys, give you guys something to do on the side. And here, well, there's a bird in my garden right now, picking at something. We'll go see what that is. I just want to give back to the people, give them something to do. I'm not a very good gardener. I've learned all this stuff by myself, YouTube videos, trial and error, picking the brains of my neighbors, my family members, and my friends. Jose, good to see you, Jose. Welcome in. Good to see everybody. Make sure if you guys can share this out. I don't do these very often, but when I do, I like to give people a little taste, more of a chill stream where I just sit back and show you what's going on in the garden, what's doing good, what's doing bad. I kind of regret when I asked you guys at the beginning of the season here what to plant. I wanted to do a sunflower, and I forgot to do a sunflower. And it's too late in the season to do a sunflower. Or if anybody's out there, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm here to learn from you guys too, if anyone knows gardening. I know Juniper's given me some good ideas. I didn't get into flowers, but now I do have my marigolds, of course. And the clematis that's over here will go over into herb garden. So I've made an herb garden because I have stomach issues. So instead of, and as you get older, you don't want to eat a lot of salt and things like that. So I make allspice. We'll check the clematis here in a second. It's doing, every year it gets a little more. Like Juniper even told me that it's going to take a long time before it's full like I want it covering there. I wanted some cover, a little privacy over there from the name. Not that the name of my neighbors are really cool, but I'm doing good, King of Poggers. Thanks for asking, man. Appreciate that. But fire pit put in there, and you know, trying to make it pretty nice. Hey, Poggers likes my bush. Yeah, those are tough to. Those big round ones. I don't know what they're called, but they're fun to trim every year. Anyway, I have the herb garden where I make an allspice. If you guys ever had Danos, it's really good. That's like kind of like another allspices that are out there. I use all the herbs there, crush them up, dry them out, and make allspice to use for flavor on food instead of salt. Um, Same thing with onion. I did garlic powder. I did some things like that as well. Hey, Carrie Barrett, welcome in. Give them a little time for people to come in, and we'll do a quick round of the garden, what's going on. It's weird because for the last couple years, and I haven't tested like the dirt and to see if that's what it is, but the peppers and tomatoes are late bloomers. Like it looks like they're not going to grow, and then late July, early August, boom, they start growing and getting flowers. So we'll check those. I have had some issues with bugs and deer. Been here for 11 years. My neighbors say there's always deer back there. I do have a groundhog that lives over underneath. I've tried to get rid of a million times. The groundhog continues to come back, so I gave up on that. But I was joking with my brother the other day, talking, I was like, Snow White with all these damn animals out here. I love them, but we got birds. There's chipmunks that fly around out here. Not fly, but, well, they fly when they run. They're really cool. I don't mind them. But the groundhogs were starting to get on my plants and in my landscaping, ripping it up. Tried to get rid of the groundhogs, but it didn't work. They're back, and they can go in the woods and live. The deer I haven't seen, but the other day, Sunday actually morning, I saw a big doe right behind my shed there. And sure enough, the week before, my neighbor had told me the deer had got into their garden and just ate everything. And their garden normally grows a lot better than mine. So sure enough, one of my tomato plants at the top was nipped off by a deer. So I had gone to the local Lowe's and got deer repellent, which also takes care of most of the critters like raccoons, groundhogs. It just has a real pungent smell. It's like granules that you put around the garden to keep them away. I'll show you that, and I'm probably going to have to sprinkle some more on there because of all the rain, kind of wash it off. Also, Irish Spring soap is also used to deter critters and deer and stuff like that. Although with a lot of rain, I think soap would wash away. I have to keep doing that. But something with a real pungent smell will keep the critters. I mean, I have the fencing there to try to keep them away. It didn't work as well. If you guys please hit that thumbs up for me and share this out. We're going to go over the progress or lack thereof here. I am a novice. That's why I call myself the seasoned rookie gardener. Been doing it for over a dozen years, my old house in here, but I'm still learning. I like to plant new things every year. Last year we tried watermelon and cantaloupe. I got some little baby watermelons and cantaloupes that were like this big, but trial and error, just finding out what works, what doesn't work. I'm really disappointed in my radishes this year. I've planted them twice, and I don't think, maybe it's the seed that I got, I'm not sure. Hey, Killshot, well, welcome in, my friend. Hit that thumbs up, guys. And let's go over and check it out. We've been here for about 12 minutes hanging out. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the shares. This is something I really need you guys to share so people can take a look at it. As I stated in the beginning, wrestling and gardening, no, I don't think there's another YouTube channel out there that does both. So, and it's like I said, my little oasis therapy to come out and pick the food. I dry out a lot of stuff. I dry out onion, green onion and white onion to make powder. I didn't do garlic this year. It didn't grow very well. And certain things are easier just to buy. Like I tried carrots this year. We'll take a look at those. Well, let's get down to it. Enough of my talking. I brought myself a little bowl here so we can maybe collect some stuff. Beans, beans, beans is the label of this, and you'll see why here soon. Hey, Wally. Yeah, the groundkeeper. Little varmints. All right, so let's start. Thank you for the overcast a little bit so I can stay out here. Start in the herb garden. Rosemary over here. And the rosemary bush, not as big as my last one. It doesn't look like it. Looks like something's getting at it too, but rosemary just for some seasoning and stuff. But last time I had a big, huge rosemary bush here. Here's the clematis, but I want complete cover up this trellis, and it's made it about halfway there. This is the second year for the clematis. And then over here, the other one, if you guys go back to a couple streams to my last couple garden ones, you'll see tons of flowers, like really pretty. Like I'm not really into the flower stuff, but I'm starting to like it a little more. So let's take a look what we got. Cilantro, not really growing that good. It's like a damn weed, and it turns into coriander, which is the little balls that you see here. Make your ball joke if you want. So coriander and cilantro, good for seasoning. And then in the front we have parsley, curled parsley. And this stuff keeps growing like crazy. You can cut this off. You can see I've cut off a few, and it just keeps growing back, which is nice. One thing I'm really proud of, I need some recipes, so if you guys know anything for lemon thyme. I know you can throw it on a steak and baste it and stuff like that, but this stuff is growing really nice, and the aromatics are amazing. Now, when you start to see little flowers like that, I'm gonna have to trim those off. So let's go ahead and clip that one now. So we'll take these off, but thyme, and this is lemon thyme. It smells so amazing. I like to add that to some of my stuff as well. Basil is my go-to, and this stuff grows like crazy. I have it on my side porch in here. I've already harvested this basil like 3 or 4 times. I dry it out. I have jars upon jars of basil. It's just crazy. I got tons of basil and I love it. Yeah, Monstar's giving me some, Sean's giving me some recipes. We got a little bee here looking to get something to drink. It's fun to see the birds and the bird bath here and such. Another thing it's doing really well is my oregano. And oregano for spaghetti sauce and stuff like that, it's really good and it smells great. This oregano has done just what I wanted it to do. Fill up this whole planter and cut and grow. Like you said, I can just cut this part off here and it's going to keep growing. And a big bush of oregano we'll have here. My Steeler guy's looking kind of weak. I need a new Steeler gnome. And my grandmother's ducks from her garden. Over here, more basil. Really going at it. Like I say, I'll just take whichever ones are longest and cut them. And you see how, I've cut already and it just keeps growing. This stuff grows like a weed. Brian LG in the building. There you go. Hit them thumbs up, share it up. I appreciate you guys. More lemon thyme here. This stuff smells phenomenal. Over here, the cilantro, I picked too much of it and it kind of died out. So I planted some lettuce. So this is actually, well, this is a weed. This is a weed. But these are romaine lettuce. So they're growing kind of nice starting. We'll see if we get some romaine lettuce over here. And I got some in the actual garden as well. Spiders. I don't mind spiders in the garden. It keeps bugs out. I was going to write a song called Spiders in the Garden. Because you think it'd be bad, but spiders in your garden are actually good. So I try not to take care of it. A little more parsley up front. And that's the herb garden. One of my favorite things here. I hate to be morbid, but I have rescue cats. And when they pass away, one's going to go right there. And one's going to go over there. So I got it kind of prepared for a cemetery, pet cemetery as well. Just hope, like the movie, they don't come back alive. But this is the herb garden. Probably one of my favorite little places here to chill out. Really proud of that. I did mulch here for a while, but the mulch just every year you got to remulch. So I got some of these, we called them lucky stones when I was a kid. And if I was a kid, I'd just dig right through here and try to find a nice smooth lucky stone to keep or something kind of cool. So that was a good investment to buy the gravel instead of mulch, in my opinion. That's the herb garden. Let's go check out the big garden. Tried to grow ice garden lettuce, but it wouldn't grow in the freezer. Lettuce is tough. The most success I had with lettuce was, it was a bucket, which is all, it was called cut and grow lettuce. It was like 4 different types of lettuce. But my little groundhog friend had a feast on it, and that's why the fence is gravel over here. You guys wanted blueberries. I found a blackberry, and here's blackberry bush that's doing pretty well. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I said, don't overheat, phone. Give me some cloud cover. Here we go. Marigolds keeps the critters away too. Got a lot of marigolds here. They're not doing as well as they normally do, but you got to pluck them. I've shown you guys this on streams before. When they die out, you just kind of pluck them off and save them. Now inside of there are seeds, so you can kind of regrow them from seed if you'd like. My sage plant to keep the demons away. That made it through the winter, and that's still there. So that's pretty dope. Now in the garden, we have peppers, which I finally got my first pepper. It's not that big. And like I said, these pepper plants should be a foot or so tall. but they've really grown slow. I have sweet banana over on this side, and some green peppers on this side. And like I said, they're finally starting to bud. They should be a lot taller than they are. Slow to grow. Now I had to put in these little ant catchers here because I had a lot of ants. Worked pretty well, actually. So green peppers here, banana peppers here, and you can see a couple more buds over here of banana peppers. So slow to grow, but they're doing okay. There's some spider webs there. Got a nice price spider over here. Here's some lettuce that hasn't been doing well, but it's starting to. This is romaine lettuce here as well. Do that great. Originally we had kohlrabi in here, but those cabbage apples, I call them, if you want a comparison of what they are. Those are already grown and eaten. And then here's our tomatoes. These are Red Delicious, which also started to grow really slow. Now here's some more romaine that I planted there and a little there. You can see trying to poke up, but it doesn't look like it's going to be good. I mean, they're wilting. It's not really growing that well. I'm giving it a chance though. Chance fun. We'll see how it goes. More lettuce, romaine. Looks really nasty. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look like it's going to make it. Lettuce is one of those things probably best bought at the store. Tomatoes. You can see one of my first tomatoes there, the Red Delicious, and all these little yellow flowers will turn into more maters. So tomatoes. And if you look close on this one, this is the one the deer got. The deer just poked his head over the top and chewed the top of this out. Now it's already grown over. But we're gonna have some tomatoes, and once again, I grew yellow tomatoes before because of my stomach. These are regular Red Delicious. Talked about some new things we tried. These are carrots. I'm not sure how well they're gonna do. They're starting to really grow nice though, so I'm hopeful. Thing with carrots are, they grow underground, so it's tough to see how well they're doing. Eventually you should see some orange coming up through the dirt, and probably have to wait all the way to the fall to see if I'm gonna have some carrots. I mean, even if they're baby carrots, there's some weeds here. We'll see how they go, but I just, spread the seed all the way through here with these carrots in hopes that we'll have some carrots in the fall for harvest. See how it goes. So I planted more romaine there. We'll see how it grows. I just threw the rest of the romaine seeds out to see what I can develop. Over here, there's our second try at radishes, which doesn't look good. I don't have my button with me, but normally you'll start to see little red caps. It's not. You'd see little bulbing up. None of them are bulbing up. I think it might be the seed. These were so easy to grow when I first did radishes. 3 weeks you have yield with radish, and it adds a little peppery taste. My idea was to be able to have a salad right from this garden with the lettuce, with the tomatoes. Onions we're gonna pick right now. These are my final 3 onions. 4. What I do with onions is, and I'm not gonna use these greens because they've been in here for too long, but I use the base and do some white onion powder and dry it out, and green onion powder. But these I left in longer to see if they'll bulb up. Let's check them out, see how big they actually got. Not huge, but baby little onion there will work to help out. These also, once again, I think onions easier just to buy at the store than grow. Another one. So some mini onions I'll be able to chop up and get some white onion powder out of these. So we'll take the last of the onions. These were planted in I think the end of May. This one looks to be maybe the biggest one. No, about the same size. Once again, there's something in the dirt or my garden that's keeping these things, because I use Miracle Grow as well. We got a couple of nice little onions, not bad. I will not use this green part. I have a lot of green onion powder already made, but now I have a couple onions to use for hamburgers or whatever, make some seasoning as well. Really need to do some weeding around here. I see this stuff. After a good rain, we had some crazy rain here the last couple of days. You gotta come out and work on the garden. And that's the fun part, you know, kind of is relaxing, maintaining a garden. You know, some people have the pleasure and luckiness, they just plant stuff and everything grows. They ain't got to do much. Not me, they didn't make it difficult. So there's my onions, I'll wash them off. And let's smooth this out here. More weeds. And now let's check out the beans. Well, how about some tomatoes first? So we got our little baby tomatoes here that'll grow really nice. I've been having these for breakfast. Come out, pick a couple, maybe dip it in some ranch or something. I used them on burger yesterday. So these baby tomatoes, not bad. I'm surprised the deer didn't grab some of those. But now here is what we're here for. Beans, 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 beans. I'm not a big bean person, but green beans and butter and garlic and salt. And you can see, and I just harvested these yesterday. We got more beans here. That's a smaller one, but I have to check for holes because there are some aphids in here, little critters that I found. There's one right there. Get out of there. Some critters in here that have been getting to a lot of the beans. There's a good example of a nice big green bean. I'm not into the green bean casserole stuff, anything like that. Just saute them up with butter, garlic, salt, pepper, stuff like that. And have some green beans. So not a lot to harvest. I just wanted to show that there's not even any ripe tomatoes to pick here. So we'll let these grow. One. We'll take that one. Not bad. I planted yellow tomatoes one year because the acidity is lower. Yeah, a little bit of a, not a lame harvest, but that's the way it is. But all these beans, I mean, there's so many of them. You literally, I can come out here and literally pick a dozen, couple dozen, and then tomorrow I'll have a bunch again. But you can see that there are some damage being done with some bugs. I'm gonna have to maybe spray this a little more to get some bugs out of here. But beans, 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 the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. Beans, beans, for every meal, right? So the beans did well. Not great, but well. There's my little froggy frog. What's up, frog? Green beans. Probably one of the successes so far of the garden. Most of the time, like I said, I'm a novice. I'm just a guy who likes to play in the dirt and see what'll grow and not grow. It's probably the only success story I got so far. I don't know, this is hopefully in the long run gonna work out well. I put the cover on it and made a cage basically because of the birds that were gonna eat all. These are blackberries. And you can see kind of some blackberries trying to grow. There's one there. But I have a feeling, I'm always checking, see how the leaves are kind of chewed up. There's the bugs. They're gonna try to get to those berries as they grow. I'm trying to confine it into this cage, but you can see it's growing kind of well. And I don't know if this will last through the winter. That's what I'm gonna test. Will this last through the winter and give us more berries next year? So our blackberry bush is doing pretty good. Our bunny is over here. I normally have another bunny that hangs out over here too. He's not here today. But that's kind of the overview. Not really a bunch of great stuff to brag about, but like I said, it's fun just to plant stuff and see what happens. Let's check on our groundhog. I've been keeping you guys updated on this. This is my neighbor's stuff, but they've given me approval to kind of try to take care of these groundhogs. They were coming out a hole there, but that concrete keeps them away from doing that. Here's their latest hole. So they have dug that hole and started ripping that apart. So I give up. Groundhog, you can stay. Just leave my plants alone. And as you can see, I have covered up hole after hole after hole after hole, and they're still trying to dig under there and get in. So I've given up on that. What's up, hoof-hearted? So the groundhog, I thought I got rid of him. couple weeks I didn't have any, and then this son of a bitch come back and dug in a little hole back under. So they're living probably deep down in it. And from what I'm learning as I learn more about them, I've seen them in the woods. There very well might be a tunnel all the way out to the woods. We'll see. I haven't seen anything wrong with the ground or anything, but let's walk back here. I'm trying to get approval of my neighbor to tear this tree down. Sorry, I love trees and stuff, but this sucker half dead and it's nothing but a headache. We get these things all the time. You got to get these things all the time falling, and look, every time the wind blows, I got to come out here and pick up all this shit. Throw that one in the woods. So let me show you what I got to try to keep the deer. Speaking of, if you guys need a good lawnmower, these Egos are really good, really, really good. So I got this preen weed preventer that I put down to try to keep weeds from growing, or as many. You're not going to stop all the weeds, but it does help a little bit. And then this is Repels All. This is what I got for the deer. Since I know that deer is out there now, you can see all the critters that it tries to protect you against. I got bunnies, I don't mind them. I don't mind the birds, I don't have any ground moles. Chipmunks, I don't mind either. Squirrels, I don't mind either. Squirrels clean up all the nuts from the trees out here. No raccoons, but I did have a big, huge doe. No skunks, thank goodness. Big doe back here, so Repels All. It smells kind of pungent. It's just like a granulated thing. It's probably like dried up deer piss or something, so it smells real good. These Ego lawnmowers are bomb, dude. If you guys want an electric mower that works like a gas, this Ego mower is one of the best purchases I've done. I'm gonna dump this again around the garden. Let's go take a look at my neighbor's garden. I'll show you what I mean. Or what happened to their garden real quick. And I'm gonna dump some more of this over there for them. I'm a good neighbor. They let me use their pool. As you see their pool there. When it's too hot, I get to jump in there. But their garden normally is so amazing. These plants here, the deer got to them and nailed all their pepper plants. Still gonna have tomatoes, but what I'm gonna do is just spray this around it, try to keep the deer out for them. Still hoping they have some cucumbers and zucchini here. And they just came home, of course. We're gonna spray this all around to keep the deer out, or hope to. Oh my, oh my. Oh my. Ooh, can I have it? I'm gonna ask her. Let's get this going here. And we're gonna debut my neighbor here on the I think I'm gonna take this zucchini, trip wires and claim, oh geez. Is that the only zucchini? I want that zucchini so bad. There's more growing. I don't know if she's gonna come out here. I want this zucchini. So these were beans back here too. Not that good. What's up, Atticus, Reaper? This is my neighbor's garden here. The deer got to it. I'm trying to spray this stuff or dump this stuff around to keep them away. I'm gonna take a liberty here and see if they care. Oh, look at that bad boy. I'm jealous. I don't know if she's out here. I'm taking it. Hopefully they'll have a bunch more. It looks like that's starting to grow pretty good. And like I said, this garden's normally enormous. It's not really working out that great so far. We'll see how it goes. What I also did was dump this. Yeah, it's a big one. I dumped this here to try to keep the deer from coming around. We're gonna have fried zucchini for lunch. So let's spray this here to try to keep the deer out. Hope everyone's having a good day. I figured I'd give you guys a little update real quick. Oh, there's a bee having a lunch for the bee. He's weighing that flower. And this is where I saw the deer. Oh, this shit smells so bad. The deer stuff. So we'll spray some of that. We'll dump some of that here, hopefully to keep that deer out of our yard. That's gonna be it for today, I think. Hope you guys have a great Friday. I'll be back tomorrow with a live stream. I don't know if I'm doing the Ring of Honor show or not tomorrow night. I'm thinking about it. Store this till next time. Let's wrap things up. One last run through. We're gonna have fried zucchini for lunch. A lot of spider webs here too. Look at that. There you have it. Beans and tomatoes in the back. Radishes that aren't growing. Carrots that might grow. Tomatoes here. Lettuce, lame lettuce. And then our peppers that are finally trying real hard. Blackberries. And then as I started out the stream, the herb garden is doing really well. Get away from me, you bee. And we did get some onions. We did get not a lot of tomatoes, but they'll be ripening soon. So I got a couple green beans just to show you guys what the beans were like, and the onions. So they get a mini harvest today. Zucchini is a nice surprise. I hope they don't mind me taking their first zucchini. Too late. Zucchini thief. Oh, we got another kitty. It's Blaze. Here's my namesake. Hi, Blaze. And there's the fat one. You can't see her. Well, they're gonna run since I open the door. Let's see if they don't. Hi, kitties. It's Caramel on the left, Blaze on the right. Smelling stuff. What's up, guys? This one's 11. That one's not even 2. Look how big that cat is. It's not even 2 years old. Say hi to everybody, Caramel. And there's Parker. There's my babies. All rescues. I found Blaze, the white one and gray one, on a road. I found Parker in a parking lot. Hence her name, Parker. That's the closest those two have ever come to each other. They don't like each other for the most part. There you go. Get at it. Uh-oh. We got a cage match. Get him. Hey, Chase Bishop. What's up, my friend? So, yeah, they're my buddies. They're hanging out in the basement. It's nice and cool. There's my drum set and everything. And, let's say hi to the cats real quick. Caramel was found underneath that car, hence her name, Caramel. Last look, let's take a look at the grapevine. I didn't think I showed this off last time, but I had to redo this whole walkway here. Make it a little safer. There's a guy who wanted $8,000 to redo it, so I said, I'll do it myself. Do you see them go at each other? So here's the grapevine. In honor of my late grandma, like I said, she had the most bomb grapevine. And when I used to cut her grass, just picking grapes and eating them. Now, I got some, but growing, you see a little bushel right there. Focus, there you go. But they're supposed to be seedless, and they're not. And they're very sour. I still have actually a jar of grape juice in my fridge from like 3 years ago. Probably like no yeast or anything to make wine out of it, but I got a couple bushels growing in there. We'll see how the grapes turn out this year. You can use the grape leaves for stuff too. I've seen people stuff them. These ones don't look that great. Both heard something from the grapevine. And then I had to string this pole up so the vine can just continue to grow instead of trimming it. It's trying to connect to the tree. And then this is the X-rated version for you simple-minded people that are going to think dirty. What does that look like? Ooh. It actually grew through. Originally, when I put that pole in there, it was just sitting in between the tree, but it's growing through and it's never coming out. So, oh well. We got a permanent trellis here for these. Boom! Boom, boom, boom. If you're watching a replay, leave me a comment. Let me know what you liked from the garden, what you didn't. Maybe some tips, tricks, anything that you know out there that I can try with my garden. Parker, what are you doing? Ooh, look at that. All right, people, we're about 40 minutes in. I was gonna do about a half an hour. That's your update. Beans, beans, beans everywhere. We got the final onions picked. Was the first thing that I planted. Kind of hot, but maybe I'll shoot some hoops today. Who knows? All right, guys. Appreciate you being a part of the show. Like I said, if you're watching a replay, leave me some comments. Let me know you stopped by. Please drop a thumb up. You're jealous. Hey, man, this takes a lot of work. This is my little oasis. It's not the best garden. I mean, trust me. Those peppers should be a lot bigger. I should have tomatoes by now. The radishes aren't working, so I could complain about a lot of stuff, but for y'all that know me out there, I like to try to stay positive and just enjoy, you know, therapy, garden therapy. Come out, play around, see what grows, what doesn't. I'm going to do a sunflower next year, man. I want to see that big sunflower in the back right corner of the garden. I think that'd be cool. So everyone have a great Friday. I'm sure there's some streams later on tonight on the channels. Tomorrow I'll be back for LTD. I'm not sure about the ROH show yet, still up in the air. Sunday, my first interview for Get Blazed. That's going to be fun. I hope you guys join. If you have a YouTube channel, we're going to talk about tips and tricks and what successes and failures and things that they've come by. Thank you, Tito. So the interview series is going to be not just me asking questions, but I got some big YouTubers that I'm friends with that I enjoy watching that I want to introduce to you guys. So summer Sunday nights, we're going to bring you the Get Blazed Talk Show interview series. And I love sharing the garden with you guys, man. It's something I enjoy doing. It's keeps me busy. And a lot of you guys I know deal with health issues too, and so do I. So I like to keep myself busy on a daily basis. I deal with the health issues on a daily basis. I try to find ways to keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied. Don't worry about it. Try not to let things bring you down if you can. Peace, positive vibes to each and every one of you guys out there. Considerate, be considerate. You never know what someone's going through or what they have gone through in their life. Try to bring some light into other people's lives, man. Entertain them, make them laugh. I always say, you know, whether you laugh with me or at me, you're smiling. And that's what it's all about, people. Hopefully I can put a smile on some faces out there. Enjoy the garden with me. Enjoy the stream. Enjoy the channel if you can. I hope you enjoyed this stream. And there will be more coming as we head towards the real harvest season in the fall and football season too. All right, everybody. I'll see you on the flip side. I'll see you in my streams. Take it easy, y'all. I'm out.